The Misfits played the Prudential Center in Newark on Saturday, May 19, 2018. Chris Jordan.
Point Pleasant Beach, speedboat racing season officially kicked off for many Sunday afternoon and Mother Nature finally cooperated. After a week of heavy rain and ugly weather, Point Pleasant Beach saw a beautiful summer day blossom in the high 80 degrees, and with it came a flock of beachgoers to the Jersey Shore.
They got to watch a show as the Offshore Grand Prix ran its first race of the circuit, with Bounty Hunter coming out on top as the victorious boat. The victory builds on a family legacy, one which started in the early days of the same race. "This is my favorite race," said Ed Goldman, driver of the Bounty Hunter boat and a native of Sayreville. "I came here as a kid. My father and my grandfather used to run this boat and another boat in Point Pleasant during the late 1980s, early 1990s, so this is kind of a family thing. So now I can take it home."
As Goldman and his boat pulled up at the dock at the end of the race, they were met with a downpour of rain. The weather held up just enough on Sunday afternoon, but the same cannot be said for the day prior. Normally reserved as a day for test running the boats, Saturday's activities were cancelled due to the weather, meaning many competitors were unable to see how their boats were running prior to the event.
Goldman and Bounty Hunter were one of them, making their victory that much more of a pleasant surprise.
"The feeling is great," he said of winning. "We just put brand new motors in the boat and we hadn't been able to test it. Today was our first test and it ran with flying colors. Boat ran good. It was rough out there so we couldn't go full throttle, but the boat ran really good. Everything was smooth." The same can be said for a number of other racers who saw their competition cut short.
Strictly Business, among the favorites to win the race, was the first to arrive on the dock because of damage to its boat, but the one that followed saw the worst of it. Boat 105 crashed into a wave hard enough that its underside gave out, at one point leaving the driver with water up to his knees. Thankfully, nobody was injured through the course of the race, a good sign given last year's tragic loss of one racer in a horrific collision.
For the racers, Sunday's festivities kicked off the best season of the year.
"It's a great venue, great race with some historical value. Just love coming down to Point Pleasant, especially with the boardwalk," said Ed Salmon, driver of Sari's Racing's boat and a native of upstate New York. "It's great getting out here, getting in the boat, getting everyone going. It's the first race of the season, so it's kind of like the unofficial start to summer. It gets me pumped and I'm so excited for the next races too."